Okay, back again. I'll just give this a minute and see if we get anybody in today. I'm doing this again because the first recording I did the other day, the screen was blank for a couple of minutes, and I thought I had edited it out, but I hadn't. So most people didn't watch because it seemed like it wasn't working. So I wanted to do this again because I think the subject is popular and I think it's important. So I'm going to give it a whirl. So I'll just wait and see, if somebody pops in, and if not, you guys, can watch it as the day goes by. For those of you who may not know me, who may be new to these broadcasts, my name is Dawn. So I'm getting ready to sage a little bit. My name is Dawn, and I own Tushita Heaven, founded it in 2005. So we've been around for a little while. Oh, that sage is nice. That always makes me relax, so it's nice to clear your space. So let's see. I don't know if I can see the comments. Let's see if I can figure out how to see the comments. I think there's a... We'll see. Anyway, let me get rolling. So this is a repeat of the subject I did the other day, as I said, and it's how to choose your crystals. Lots of people come in our shop and they're fairly new to this. And even people who are seasoned, who come in with a list or an agenda because they have a specific thing they're working on. And sometimes they also need a little advice or help in figuring out how to choose their crystals. So that's what this subject is about. Whether you're brand new with this or whether you're seasoned, you may pick up, a tip or two. One of the things I said the other day is really the crystals choose you. I'm sort of the belief that they come out of the ground sort of knowing where they're going, which is kind of cool. And intuition, like if somebody orders from our website, I intuitively choose those crystals. If it's a bulk, like if it's tumbled stones and like that, I typically will just intuitively choose. And what I love to tell people is intuition is quick. It's sort of your first lead, that first one that you're drawn to. So hi Stills. I haven't seen you in ages. Nice to see you. So when you're choosing sort of that first one that jumps up or pops up at you or catches your attention is the right one. Your higher self is always engaged with your intuition. And we all innately have that ability. Whether you exercise it or you don't, it's there, and it's sort of that sixth sense that guides you, behind the scenes. So the first thing is to trust your gut, trust that the crystal that you're drawn to is the correct one. So that's first, is, knowing how to trust yourself and how to understand those signs or those signals. Oftentimes, people will pick one up and continue searching and go back to the first one. So that's really helpful for people who don't yet feel the energy of the crystals. Some people feel it very acutely, and some people don't really feel it at all. And especially if you're brand new, sometimes it's hard to discern what you're feeling and what you're seeing. So occasionally you'll feel the energy of the crystal right away. Oftentimes it shows up as a tingling in your hand. I usually recommend using, this is backwards, I know, but use your left hand to check those crystals, because the left side of your body is your receiving side. So sometimes it's a little bit easier if you hold it in your left hand to sort of feel that energy. The right hand is the output. So you're receiving with the left and you're putting out with your right. Another way to think of it is male, female side of your body. So let me look at my notes. I did this a couple days ago, but it's unscripted. So if you come in to a shop and you have a dream or an idea or an agenda that you're working on, and you have a list of crystals that you think might meet that. Maybe you're making a grid, or you're making a wish basket, or perhaps you're making a medicine pouch, to hang around your neck and carry with you. So if you have a little list that you're working on, again, go down through that list with your sales associate, but kind of feel, whether or not one feels right or the other. I had somebody in the store the other day who had a list of 7 or 8 that they knew could be assigned to their wish, if you will. But he really only wanted to choose 2 or 3 of them, and walked out very happy, feeling like he was resonating, with those stones. So again, it's sort of that intuitive guide. Gosh, what else can I say? I think I had a lot more to say the other day. For you guys who are here on YouTube, who I haven't seen for a long time, Cancer's back, as you can tell. No hair, no eyelashes, no eyebrows. Well, a little bit of eyebrows. So we're working on that again. Let's see. I'm sorry, I've sort of lost my train of thought. Does anybody have any questions? I think I'm streaming to Facebook too, but I don't think I can see the comments on Facebook. Because I'm actually on StreamYard with YouTube. So if you do have a question, I'd be happy to answer that. The key is to really, feel really good about what you're taking home with you. You will get signals, you'll get signs, because there are some, sometimes it may not even be what you consider to be the prettiest crystal out there, but you keep going back to it. You keep wanting to touch it, or you keep wanting to hold it, or you just can't stop thinking about it. Interestingly, we used to have, when we were in Saratoga, we'd have hundreds of people, coming through the store. And sometimes somebody would come in and they were just sort of checking us out, to see what was going on and, see what all the noise was about with the crystal world. And sometimes they'd be drawn to one, but they would be so uncertain that they basically say, I don't know, I don't know about this. So what we would encourage them to do, because we're not here to convince anybody to sell anything to anybody, what we would encourage them to do is leave the building. Leave the building, leave the stone here, leave the building, and see what happens. And oftentimes they wouldn't get to the end of the block and they'd come back and purchase it. What I love about that is that they knew when they carried that crystal out of the store that they had made the choice. We hadn't sold them. And that's the beauty of the crystal world. Sometimes people come in and see something they love, and then they wait sometimes a week or more to come back. Hey, Joey, I'm glad you made it in. I'm redoing this because the one I did the other day had a blank screen for a while, so few people watched it. And I was hoping this was intriguing enough subject so that people would come back and watch it again. So any questions, you guys? We've got some fish people here who may not be as astute for the crystal world, but I'm happy to answer questions. I actually love when new people come in. Yeah, we get some fun people. So anyway, that's I probably could think of 100 more things to say, but I just wanted to put people at ease that when you do search for your crystals, even if you're shopping on a website, oftentimes you'll just feel that draw. Some people in the New Age world say you're being called to that crystal. The crystal is calling to you, but nonetheless, it's the one that draws you. And so many people, when they're brand new, are buying this small tumbled stones. They're really great because they fit in your pocket. We women often wear them in our bras. I also recommend with the little stones that you sleep with them, because if it's a small stone, it has a smaller radius of energy. So you want it near you or touching you. Jewelry is great. Oh, what I was going to say is put that in your pillowcase. Put crystals in your pillowcase and sleep with them at night, because then they're close to you and close to your heart. I love jewelry, especially in this world where, we have some people are really into the crystals and other people not so much. Office environments or, places like that where you may not want to be as obvious that, you're working with crystal energy. Jewelry is perfect. And because it's touching you and it's socially acceptable. And I always recommend that you look for jewelry. Do I have a piece here? I thought I did, where the back is open. So you've got a bezel set with the back open on that piece of jewelry, so that the energy can come through and move and connect with you. All right. I think I might have covered it. So yes, any of your crystals, any of your crystals can go in your garden. A lot of times your crystal might get chipped or it might break. That's a perfect time to put it back to the earth and put it in your potted plants, put it in your garden. The plants love the energy. Fluorite especially is really great in gardens. There's something about the energy of the fluorite that just makes plants pop. But yeah, any of them. The other thing is clearing your crystals and cleaning them, which is off subject, but I've got new people here. A lot of times we recommend putting them out in the full moon. So it's the greatest recharging energy is that lunar moon. But if you've got a huge collection, of course, you can't get them all out there. It's a lot of work. So I always recommend, if you can only get a few outside into the full moon, take your clear quartz, because it's a master manifester. It's programmable, has beautiful, incredible high energy. So if you set those out in the full moon and bring them back in and spread them around your collection, they will automatically clear and recharge your others. Selenite, of course, another high vibration. So anyway, let's see. I don't see any questions here. It's not coming across my screen. Oh, what would be a good for? Oh, to gift stills, to gift to someone who's new. I would recommend the basics, either amethyst, rose quartz. The amethyst is a crystal that has very beautiful high vibration, and it is extremely calming. It connects you to spirit. It's just a really wonderful overall calming and awakening crystal. So amethyst is kind of a go-to. Rose quartz, because it opens your heart. Rose quartz has very, very sweet energy, and is probably the biggest go-to stone to awaken the heart chakra. All of the pink stones, they all have slightly different meanings, but rose quartz is a good beginning. They're gentle. The amethyst and the rose quartz are both silicates, which means that they're quartz. And so they all carry that beautiful high vibration without putting too much energy in. If this person that you're thinking about gifting is truly brand new, you don't want to introduce too many crystals at once. It's not a bad thing, but it depends on how sensitive that person is to the energy. So if they're extremely sensitive to energies or they're a deep empath, you might want to just start with a few at a time so that their system doesn't get overloaded. Do I go to Wisconsin? No. You know something? No, I haven't been to Wisconsin, but I order all over the country. Since COVID, I got cancer the first time during COVID. So I've been to very few shows since then. I started importing myself, and but I have lots of dealers. After 18 years of business, I got lots of dealers all over the country that we buy from, and always looking for great new sources. So, Stills, did that answer your question, hon? Those two would be a good start. A grounding stone, if this person is If you can tell if this person needs grounding, meaning they need to be more in their body and connected to the earth, a nice piece of black tourmaline would be nice too, to balance that out. So, and don't forget to use them in your fish tanks. I hope you guys have been watching Joey's videos. Oh my God, they're so amazing. Her backgrounds now, if you haven't caught one of her videos lately, she's getting so good at this, painting the backgrounds, and so creative. And of course, my rocks are in the tanks. So if that's it for questions, yeah, check out Hat Trick Farms, you guys, if you haven't. She does one for every event, every holiday, Valentine's Day and Mother's Day and St. Patrick's Day and Christmas, all those. So if something's coming up, Joey's going to be on top of it. All right. Thank you for watching. I'm so glad you guys came in. I'm going to do this 3 mornings a week. This was a chemo week, but I actually felt pretty good for some reason. So I went live twice this week. But typically I'm going live around 9, 3 mornings a week, just to share my knowledge and answer questions. All right, you guys, thanks for coming in. We'll see you soon. Bye-bye.